Hello everyone, I'm Jay with AAM News. We're here at the 송도컨벤시아 for the 5th annual K-UAM Confex, all about urban air mobility. I'm joined this time for an interview with a keynote speaker here, the Senior Vice President of the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority, Brad. I nailed it. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Brad, please introduce yourself and tell me what your organization does, and of course, what are you talking about?
Yeah, sure. So as you just mentioned, my name is Brad Friel, and so I work for the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority. Mouthful. And what we do is we manage two airport facilities in the Greater Orlando area, which is in Central Florida. And one is MCO, which is the Orlando International Airport, and then there's another which is General Aviation Airport, which is known as the Orlando Executive Airport.
Awesome.
And so, go ahead.
And you're here in Korea.
I'm here in Korea.
And you're here as a keynote speaker with such expertise managing two different airports. What is your speech going to be about? What is your conference?
Yeah, so it's really to share with the attendees our experience as an airport operator with advanced air mobility and really how it came to us. It's a bit of a happy accident, so to speak. And then share with the group kind of the steps in the process that we've been going through for the last 5 years. It's been a long time already. And in collaborating with obviously the industry, but just more importantly with the FAA, NASA, the state of Florida, the Florida Department of Transportation, and really collaborating as bringing all those groups together and collaborating to really figure out how we're going to actually integrate this into our national airspace system. So that it actually doesn't negatively impact our safety and our ability to operate as a commercial service airport.
Of course, and that's what you also, what I've seen industry trends. I've worked at UAM exhibitions, I've seen UAMs, I've sat in them, the technology's there. My thing is, why aren't we flying these yet, right? But this is from a very general perspective with all the regulations, the infrastructure that has to be built into not only making these work, but so it can work coincide in tandem with existing airport structure, which actually, until you mentioned, I didn't even think about. Because of course we already have developed systems as well that has to work safely and efficiently and effectively with. Being in Florida with NASA, other infrastructure, other great companies there, you have such a breadth of technology and expertise and know-how there. What are some of your impressions within the industry right now, and what are some of your impressions of this event as a whole?
Sure. As far as the industry, I think there's obviously a lot of interest in it, not just within Florida, but nationally and internationally. Obviously, we're here in Korea today, having this conversation, and so, AAM, Advanced Air Mobility, is really a paradigm shift in mobility. It's got that potential, and so to really be part of that paradigm shift and to be collaborating with a lot of the industry partners is really exciting, and to see that the interest and the innovation that's going on here in Korea specifically is actually honestly a little surprising to me to see the interest and how far they're advancing in their work and their analysis and essentially working on the same issues that we're working on. It's a small country with a lot of technology, and it's very fast moving, very trendy. They're quick to adapt, they want to adapt. What are some other strengths you see within Korean companies within the UAM industry? I think you touched on it. It's their willingness to innovate and be very quick and nimble in what they're doing, which is a bit of a fresh air in our industry, because aviation is a legacy industry, and we're really driven historically by safety as well as we should be. Of course. But there's also you can't let that necessarily own you in your thinking. And so that's one thing I've noticed within the Korean community is the ability to kind of think out of the box a little bit and problem solve. And so that's really, really impressive.
I'm American as well, and I know, you mentioned the aviation industry, it's been around for a while, American innovation, all this infrastructure, things take a while to get moving. And then you're here all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, it's all just happening.
It's happening. You get re-energized by it, right?
Absolutely, that's how I feel as well. Talking about what do you think is needed for the UAM industry? You could talk about from a micro point of view, from the Korean industry in general, or as a macro from the international community. Yeah. What do you see are the key needs within the industry at the moment?
Yeah, I think more internationally, speak to that, is ultimately, well, the proof of concept is the first piece, right?
Sure.
We actually have to get some craft certified.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of really intelligent people working on that to get that. Obviously, the FAA in the United States is really working to get these aircraft certified. And I think that's really that first step, right? Until we actually have a proven aircraft that can safely operate in our airspace, we really can't get past go. And so, but we're on the precipice of that. I think probably we're thinking 2026 timeframe.
That's what I'm hearing.
Is we're going to
2 to 3 years. That's what I'm hearing.
Certified, and then once that happens, then it's really about the business case. It's the case studies that we'll need to go through in order to prove it to the public.
Of course.
That this is a safe and effective and efficient way of mobility.
From the industry point of view, I think maybe, of course, safety, efficiency. From the public point of view, it's trust, right?
Right, absolutely. 100%.
Like you talked about getting one in there. I'm thinking maybe we should get two in there and have them fly around each other and not run into each other, right?
And do it. And that's one of the exercises we've really been doing in Orlando and working with the FAA, really building off their Innovate 28 program, which was really they had set up to basically bring advanced air mobility to the 28 Olympics in LA.
Okay.
And so in Orlando, we've really piggybacked off of that and collaborating with the FAA and other partners to really prove how you can integrate it in to a national airspace system safely without actually impacting the operation of the current commercial service that exists, because from an airport perspective, we're always an airport first.
Right.
And so we're really about safely moving passengers through our airspace.
Sure.
And so until we can get through that next piece, so let's get an aircraft certified, let's prove that you can integrate it safely into the airspace. And then I think the public's perception then will start to grow beyond that.
Of course, and I'm sure you're going to talk more in detail about this. We have a short interview today, but I have one more question for you. What do you think are the main trends for 2025 and perhaps one or two future trends going into next year?
I think from my perspective in the United States, I think the 2025, there was hope for us that we've been working with the FAA where we've introduced what we refer to as human in the loop. Okay. Where we're actually integrating air traffic controllers and where they're actually managing the air traffic with simulated AAM. And so that's the kind of where we're at in 2025. And then 2026, I think hopefully we'll have some published guidance as a result.
Got it.
Of that. And I think that's what a lot of us in the industry are waiting for. Sure. Is that public, the guidance from whether it's the FAA or others around the globe, and really those policies and procedures that really need to be put in place. And so I think that's 2026 is where a lot of that's going to happen, in addition to the certification of the aircraft. So.
Moving past just the technology, past the simulations, bringing, as you said, the human aspect into it, now moving on to guidance and regulation to actually get this happening.
That's right.
Brad, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
And I'd like to say I appreciate everyone here. The hospitality has been wonderful.
Absolutely.
So
thank you
very much. Thank you.